Hey my divas, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I am a few minutes late, but here nonetheless. Let me just get my other device set up, make sure I'm nice and centered. And for the most part, I'm looking pretty good here. I've got a few different stamp sets here, probably all retired, because I just grabbed a bunch from the shelf that I was organizing. Currently, my things with wings, I think, was where I was going for, but I got some other ones in here too. Looks like I'm pretty centered, yay. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Leticia Hernandez. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based out of California. And I typically come on and craft Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today I'm not going to be doing crafting. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of organizing. But I kind of wanted to show you the way I'm organizing. So everybody does things a little bit differently. Everybody uses, some people are very much needing to have everything exactly the same. Some people just need it to work and be efficient. That's kind of where my brain goes. It just needs to be efficient. It doesn't have to be brand new. It doesn't have to be all exactly the same across the board. For me, crafting is like life. Life is not all consistent, and neither is my craft room. My craft room is very much hodgepodge like my life, and that's the way I like it. So, keeps life interesting in my most humble opinion. I am just getting my other devices set up and making sure that I've posted everything to the Diva chain, which it looks like I have. So hopefully that worked. And now the question is, can I get back to Facebook? Yeah, that doesn't always work the way I want it to. Come on. I really need a new tablet, guys. Because this one is on its last leg. Okay. Oh, wait. Back to Facebook. Yay. And there we go. Hi, Kim. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Cynthia. Welcome. So, I'm going to show you what I am doing to move my stamp sets from cases to sleeves. I'm going to take a drink of water first. I know some of you guys are going to be horrified about what you guys are about to see me do. Some of you guys are going to be like, oh, that's smart. Great idea. And some of you guys are going to just be like, not my cup of tea. I'm going to keep doing whatever I'm doing, which is fine. This switch up is not for everybody. Put a little lotion on my hands too. Because you guys know my hands are always dry. Actually, not so much lately. I really haven't been in my craft room too much lately. For those of many of you who have been watching me, I've been a little ill. So I don't think I came in my craft room at all yesterday. Kind of just vegetated on my couch, which I think is exactly what I needed. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Okay, I got lotion on my hands. I got water in me. We're going to get started. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I'm moving things over. So many of you guys have seen me pull things out of these sleeves. I've been using sleeves to contain my die bundles. These ones are 7 by 9 inch sleeves. I actually just found a different company because I couldn't find these ones on Amazon. These ones are snap cases. This one is from a company called, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I'm going to write it out. I got my Sharpie. These ones with snaps I get on Amazon. They're 7 by 9 inches. And they're from a vendor called, oh, no, I can't get the Sharpie open. I'm going to spell it. VMIAPXO. These are the ones with snaps. Okay. So, I can't remember who I was talking to, and Shout out if you are the one that I was talking to. They said they found some on Amazon that didn't have glass, but they had Velcro. Let me grab one of the ones I've transferred already over to Velcro. And let's see if I can do it without dropping some stuff. So these are about the same size. About 7 by 9. They're slightly taller, which doesn't matter to me in the least, because for me it's not about conformity, it's about efficiency. The difference between these ones is that these ones have Velcro, which I'm kind of liking, because I will be honest, some of these snaps break sometimes because they're snaps and that happens. Now I'm sure the Velcro could rip too, but it is what it is. It's an object. Things can break. Now these ones I did find on Amazon as well. These ones are by a company. Now I'm going to put this in. The Velcro ones are by a company called YESSART, or I should say a vendor, not a company. So again, I got both of these different sleeves on Amazon. The other sleeve I use, it's not so big. It's also with a snap. It's by that VMIA VMIAPXO company as well. And these ones are a little bit smaller. These ones are 5 by 7, and these ones are about 7 by 9. What I like about these 7 by 9 ones is they'll fit paper pumpkin kit stuff. They'll fit 6 by 6 paper. They fit just random kits that you're sending out. They're so versatile for all different things. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that right up front. Okay. So these are ones that I've already transferred over, took out of the cases. Now you are going to see that the stamp set is in here and the dies are still together. I still want to keep my bundles together, but I have transferred the stamp sets over to a piece of, it's not a window sheet. It's, well, you guys are going to see. I'm going to show you right now where I got that from. And I didn't have to buy it. I already had it. And you guys all have it too, if you guys have stamp cases. I will say though, I am going to try to keep my pictures on the non-Velcro snappy side so that I can see these as I'm flipping through. Now I will tell you, when I start keeping these, once I get them all transferred over, I'll start keeping them in different baskets. Now not this one, because this is not wide enough for these ones. Oh, well, maybe, because it's a little bit too wide, but I have other baskets that are a little bit wider, but you can really just put them in different baskets and flip through them, which is what I love. All right, now to get to the breakdown. Actually, we'll start with these ones, because they're not bundles. We'll start with these two that are not bundles. Now these ones I'm actually going to put into the smaller cases, because I think they'll fit. Actually, I'm assuming they're going to fit. I don't know for sure yet. Let's start with the bigger one. This is a background stamp. I haven't done a background stamp yet, and I am pulling the paper part out. Now this, I can't just put into the sleeve because it's clingy. It's going to start sticking. Now this one right here, I actually still have the backing to, which I am now going to throw away, because I want to be able to see it. Okay, now I have some of these little plastic sheets already ready to go, and I'm just going to put it on there. Ta-da! And I do believe this should fit perfectly. Now again, this is going into one of my snappy ones. Now I want to see the Stampin' Up! Image part. Now I might need to cut this plastic down just a little bit, but we'll see. I don't think I do, but I might. This is a little bit smaller, but the paper portion of this is fitting beautifully. I have now gone from this to this. Size-wise and height-wise, it's actually a little bit smaller than the case. But that's for my smaller ones. Now, this would not work if I have a bigger stamp set or dies. We're going to go to those ones next. But I want to show you where I got these sleeves from. this is the part where some of you guys are going to be like, sacrilege, you're ruining it. I don't want these cases anymore, guys. These cases are what I'm trying to get rid of. So actually, let me move this out of the way. Put it in my basket. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. Now you guys can use scissors. If you guys are not safe with X-Acto knife, that's fine. I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to pull it right along the edge of that case. Doesn't hurt the case. I'm just taking off the plastic. Now I am going slow because I'm cutting towards myself. Now I'm not going to do that for every case because I have some already prepped here and ready to go. But now, guess what? This case looks nice and clean. It's not hurt. It's still functional. I can still use this case to store card fronts, to put little kits in. I can put a notebook and sell these at craft fairs now. I can do so much with these cases still because I'm inventive like that. Now what I don't need is this little binding piece. And some of my sleeves are not pretty. Some of them are super dirty. But I just went through. Actually, I cut a bunch of these first and then went back and did this. And I just kind of cut the binding end off with my guillotine. So literally, that's all I'm throwing away from that. I'm recycling the sleeve portion of that. But the sleeve, the outer like little sleeve protective, you really don't need for that case to still be functional and work for other things like card fronts or, like I said, class kits. So I've got one done. Let's do another one. Now, once I cut these cases off, I have a little box I'm putting them in. If I haven't cut the cases off, I have them on a whole different section. Now, this is an old stamp set, and I can tell you this right now is the only one that's clinging. So I'm going to go ahead and right now that I'm transferring things over, I'm taking the time to go back and turn the rest of these into clings. It's not hard. This is the cling, adhesive clings that Stampin' Up sells. And I just pulled the backing off and taking the old stamp, putting on there. Now it's a cling. Ta-da! It's really that easy. If you guys don't have these, but you guys have some old clings that still haven't been mounted, I have also been known to save those and recycle those too, because I'm all about using what you got and upcycling if you can. Or recycling. Upcycling? Would this be upcycling or recycling? This would be upcycling, wouldn't it? Because I'm using something for another purpose. I'm not just like melting it down. Hey, Margine! Now I can just go back. And again, put these on the sleeve. Let's see if these will fit again into another 4 into one of the smaller ones. I think I can get this one into a smaller one. It might need to go into a bigger one. I don't know yet. Now I don't have a paper for this one. That's okay. These ones actually used to be wood mounts a long time ago. That's okay. They're my stamps. I just want to use them and make them look pretty and be efficient and be able to find them. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Now when I'm flipping through, I will see exactly the images that I need to be seeing. Now let's talk about one of these that are a little bit bigger. And let's see, these ones are photopolymers. Now, depending on if it's an old photopolymer or a new photopolymer, and this is a die bundle one. Oop, I think I just lost comments, guys. Let's see. Nope, there we go. Okay. Actually, I still have the acetate for this one. Yay. So, now this one, I can do one of two ways. This is what I've been doing. I don't know that I'm going to keep it this way because I don't know that I like putting the sticker on to the paper. I've never tried this before. We'll see how it comes out. I've actually just been laying them right back in the way Stampin' Up has the images shown. I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. Probably should have had some of these prepped. Now, the older ones do not have this little paper on it. Now again, I don't know that I'm going to like this. I don't know if the paper is going to dry out my stamps. So I will keep you guys posted if I don't like this and then switch over. Because the other option would just be putting them onto another piece of this plastic that I am recycling, whatever the correct word is. So that I'm being efficient and not having to buy too much stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that hard acetate right on back. Now I have this case that I can save and use for something else later. That gets closed up. Now for this one, I do need the larger, because I don't know. If I cut this down, I wonder if I could get that into a smaller one. But this one has dies that go with it, and I don't think both of them would not fit. Now I'm trying to keep my dies still in my same sleeves, which I can do, and still keep them together this way. Popping that in. Ta-da! Now I can go ahead and I can put labels up here later if I want to. Really, I can just flip through them. I'm okay that they're a little bit longer. Now, if you look at these, this is the new size of the Stampin' Up! Sleeves. Again, I am not worried that my sleeves are bigger. That's okay. I can actually fit both of these. Now, this isn't a die bundle, but you guys know that the dies and the stamp sets come in similar sleeves. What I like about this is I can still keep my dies and stamp set. Now I can keep them in their sleeves that they came in from Stampin' Up! This way, if I do want to sell them later, I can sell them in their original packaging. But I can pop both of these in here, the dies and the bundles. And same thing. If this was a die bundle, it would be good to go. And again, I usually don't look at the dies. I'm looking for a stamp set. I kind of know what my dies, which dies go with it for the most part. I'm good about that. If you store yours separately, you guys can do that too. I've got a little piece of lint flying around on my table. But if they're just plain stamp sets, I'm not going to switch them. I'm going to leave them in the exact same sleeves that Stampin' Up! Gave them to me in. Because they're still going to be able to flip through them. That's going to be perfectly efficient. Okay, so now we have that one. Then you guys see this doesn't take very long to get through these. Let's do, trying to find an older, different, okay, here we go. Here's a larger cling. Now this one again, this was the die bundle. Oh, this one's got, oh, and I have an extra, I have some random extra stamp set in here. I think that's because I was using it that one day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one into a little sleeve, because this is actually a whole separate stamp set all on its own. Let's go ahead and put that one away. And then, since I do have a little picture of that one, I will keep that one in there. That was the Suaves. Go ahead and pop that in. I was looking for that stamp set. Now I know why I couldn't find it, because it got put in a different case. That's okay. Oh, I might need to re-cling that one. That one is not staying. Oh, I did not put enough cling on that. That's okay. I'll fix it later. Does anybody have any questions so far or any comments? You guys think I'm crazy for doing this and cutting my stamp cases? And if not, and you guys reuse your stamp cases too, what do you guys use your stamp cases for? That one I might need to cut down a little bit. Okay. This one is being slightly problematic with me. I think it's a little too long. I can see right here. I'm just going to snip it. Ta-da! There we go. That should be exactly what I needed. There we go. Read comments in just a second. Another one done. Just do one more. Kathy says, those new sleeves are so big for some of my stamp and die sets, but at least they're consistent. Yeah, I like the bigger ones just because, so for those of you that know me, and actually you guys will see with this stamp set right here, I like to cut out dies and stuff, and I end up with all these little extra die pieces that go with the nice little bundle, and then I never go back and look at them because they get hidden like this, or I forget to pull them out. So one super cool thing is now I can actually start putting these in their own little separate sleeve, maybe even one of these smaller ones. And since I'm transferring these over to a bigger sleeve, it's still all going to fit. Now these ones are stuck to my case. Now I could have stuck them to the paper again, but I don't really like doing that. Like I said, I don't know that I'm going to keep that consistent. I'm going to bring that sleeve out again. I'm going to pull these off. Let's see if I can get them off relatively in sync. Now, I do save my red rubber that goes around my stamps. I like it because then I know if there's a stamp missing. Now, I really like it because it's really been helping me with this new transition. Sharon says, are the smaller sleeves the ones you use for your embellishments? Yes. Same exact ones I use for my embellishments. They're the ones from the company VMIAPXO that I get off Amazon. I did order those new ones with Velcro for the larger ones because this company was out. And they're not that expensive. For these Velcro ones that I just got, you get a pack of 40 for, I want to say like $26, $27, something under 30. But it's under $30 and you get 40 of them, which I thought was pretty efficient. I mean, price conscious. Price efficient. Now I'm just going to lay this over the top since I know they're all in place. Again, just going to go ahead and put those in there. And then I'll keep my dies and my little extra pieces for my dies all together. And that can go in one of my larger sleeves. I really am liking these Velcros. I wish I could remember who I was talking to that said they used Velcros. I can't remember. Okay, so it doesn't take long to do this. Well, I think what took the longest was getting my cases ready and getting these sleeves cut out. But for 40 of these sleeves, I want to say it was like $27 on Amazon. So we're already getting, finished. Let's see which one. That one's done, that one's done, that one's done. Let's see, I have one more. And that one's done. Oh, no, I have this one. That one goes with this one. Okay. And this is why I try to keep them in sleeves together. That one's done. That one's done. This one's done. Oh, maybe it's just this one now. So yeah, that's what I was saying. The difference between and this one is a little bit of a softer plastic, which I think I'm liking, these Velcro ones. As opposed to the VMIAPXO ones, they're a little bit harder. I mean, they're both efficient. So far, they're both working great, but just food for thought on that. And then these are the larger dies. I try to get a mix of different things. These are those larger dies. But these larger dies are going to fit just as well in these 7x9 folders. I really like that. See, this one's a photopolymer. Look, this photopolymer, I haven't ever even used it, guys. How sad is that? I should keep this one out and use this on one of my lives. So for right now, I am not going to transfer this over. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here because it doesn't need to be, I don't need to take time to do all that. It's on there. And I have all the words there. Again, I want to keep the ones with the words on the front. And I know a lot of people are you guys are not loving this new system. But let me just say, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamp sets, and the 2 new ones, 7, 8, 9. So let's pretend this was supposed to be 9 stamp sets. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I don't even know if I can hold all these at once. Let me see. See if I can do this without dropping them. So we're looking at 9 cases. This is about, I'm trying to measure this right now, guys. This is, move over sleeve. 9 cases is about 6 1/4 inches. 6 1/4 inches in depth. Okay. I'm just gonna put those there really quick. Now, this is those same 9 stamp sets, including dies. And I went from 6 inches to, now remember I can even smush these down a little bit. I went from 6 inches to 2 3/4. So I just saved, I don't know what that is, but I'll show you visually. Let me put these in the same exact bin as this. 2 3/4. That's what I just said I went from, right? So let me move this up a little bit just so you guys can see. I'm trying to get my grid in play. So we just went from 6 1/4 inches right here to 2 3/4 inches. That is less than half, guys. I just went less than half. Now this was just the stamp sets. That did not include the dies and all the little pieces of paper that I have stuffed in there in my cases. I just half the size of that shelf. I am so ecstatic with this. I just really wanted to show you guys space-wise and how quickly and easy it can be done, and if cost effectively. It's not expensive. And again, I don't have to buy new sleeves for everything. The new stuff's already going to come in the sleeves. I'm totally okay with that. But I do like that I can keep my dies and my stamp sets in the bigger sleeves together, and then they're not going to be going everywhere. I mean, you guys can look just like this and see the difference. Like, this is already taking up almost the whole basket. Now, the only thing with this one is the sleeves are a little bit shorter. I'm going to move these because I don't want those over here. But you guys can see so much more room in that basket to put even more stamps. Now, this basket's going to be great for my littler ones. And even my Stampin' Up! One. I group things by themes for my stuff that's retired. So for me, that's going to be super efficient. Now, I do need to grab these, put those back in their box. Now, I am going to do a mystery card raffle because I can't. Oh, I found 2 more stamp sets. I've got stamp sets all over my room, guys, because I just have no more room for stuff. But I'm going to have a whole lot more room once I start sleeving stuff. And I have tons of sleeves because I already had a bunch. I'm super, super excited about this. I'm so glad Stampin' Up! Went to the sleeves. I actually had stamp sets from other companies. You guys know most companies don't do cases. Most companies do sleeves or do, here, let me just show you different packagings from different companies so you guys can see. We're getting a little bit more consistent. Hold, please. Try and grab some from other companies that I have. Mixed and matched. I just grabbed a handful. Like I said, I was organizing my things with wings, so it's kind of what I have right here. So like a lot of them come in these really like kind of crappy flimsy things. So I will be transferring these over to sturdier sleeves. But for now, these ones work. I'll keep these until they rip, because I'm all about efficiency. These ones, again, different stamp sets, different companies. They're going to be different sizes. I'm okay with that. Okay, so this is close to my heart. This is kind of, I think, where Stampin' Up! Kind of decided to start gearing to using sleeves, which I'm super happy about. Like I said, we acquired a lot of, or some things from the Close to My Heart when they went out of business. This is the way they used to package their stamp sets. And this one has the dies as well. This is how they used to come when they were in business, in these sleeves, which I will keep mine in their original sleeves. And then they would come with dies on a little, what I did like is their dies came on magnet sheets already, but ours don't. Maybe Stampin' Up! Will head that way too, but who knows. Gosh, I really need to use the stamp for something that's been super cute and I've never used it. I think this was also one of their little $5 sets. So, maybe not, but that's another thing Stampin' Up! I think took over from the Close to My Heart, is they used to have every month the spend $75 or spend $100. I don't remember what theirs was. You get something for $5. So yeah. So we're just getting along with the times. Okay, that being said, let's see. Kim says, I also started redoing my cases of space. The only thing I like about the cases is the picture on the side for visual. See, I've heard so many people say that. So let me just comment on that. Because and to each their own, right? I get it. Because you can look like this and you can look across and kind of see what you have. But let's think about this. Let's think about this really, guys. At least for me. Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know. One, those are some pretty tiny pictures. 9 times out of 10, I'll know because I'll be looking at the kidding around. But how hard really is it going to be, guys? And how much easier is it going to be to just train your brain to do one thing? Instead of skimming this way, you can just flip very quickly. It doesn't take long. And now you're looking at big giant images so you can actually really see everything. As opposed to kind of guessing and thinking, hey, was that a little girl? Oh, was that a boat? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of old and sometimes I can't see these. So I would end up flipping through them sideways anyways to really see what I was getting at. So I really think that once I get everything into bins where I can just flip through them quickly, and the fact that I sort mine, again, everybody does theirs differently, but my stamps are sorted by category. So I have things with wings. So I know if I'm looking for a bird stamp set, it's going to be somewhere in there. If it's got wings, if it's a bird, if it's a butterfly, if it's, now not if it's a plane. Planes are different kinds of wings, animal wings. If it's a fairy, it's going to go with things with wings. If it is something you eat, a fruit, a drink, a cake, anything like that, unless it goes to a very specific thing, it's going into my food stuff, my coffee stuff, my strawberries, my blueberries, my ice creams, gumballs, all that goes with my food stuff. So I think that categorizing things like that helps me. Once I get everything sleeved and a little bit more organized, I will show you guys how it ends up looking. Now that might not be for a few weeks and or months, partly because I still do have to buy a bunch of sleeves and I can't buy them all at once because I don't know about y'all, but I don't got money like that. So I will slowly incorporate, maybe work on a different cubby every month, or maybe a couple cubbies every month until I can get through them. Kathy says, what are you going to do with your stamp cases? So I actually use them for storage sometimes. I actually also, because some of these, like I said, showed you, I've taken the outer part out. I haven't done that on all of them. But I have seen, and I actually might do this for my upcoming craft fair, is you can buy notebooks that fit in here. So for the ones that are in really good condition, that I don't cut the sleeves off of, you can put DSP on the inside. You can put a little notebook in here, and you put a little pen at the bottom, And then you can gift them as like little writing pads. And they're great to shove in your purse because then your paper doesn't get all smushed and your pen stays in the same spot. You can also add magnets to the back of them and make them writing pads that stick to the refrigerator. Or put Post-its in them. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with these cases to reuse them. Now, I'm going to end up with a lot of cases. I know everybody doesn't have the storage I do. I have storage in my backyard, specifically for my craft fair stuff and my overdraft, like storage things. So that's where mine will live. And I also use them for classes sometimes. I will organize the different die cuts for my classes in here. There's just so many different things you can do with those. Now, will I end up saving every single one of them? No, I'm definitely going to repurpose some of them and use them to make craft fair things, like the little notebooks, so that I can get rid of them and maybe make some of my money back on the sleeves that I'm buying. Put that over there because I'm not done. Does anybody have any questions? Let me see. Sharon says, when you put them in the new sleeves, can you still see the side view? When I put them into the new sleeves, can I still see the side view? I can see the side view this way, but not this way. Like, you wouldn't be able to see it that way. For all of them, especially for the photopolymers, you can actually kind of see it on the wood mounts. Like, you can see, like, the ones that were not wood mounts, red rubber. But the sleeves, they open up, so you can still see the little one, but you're looking at the big one at the same time. But no, they don't really show this way. They wouldn't, mostly too because of the binding there. I think what she's asking is if I was to put something on there, could I then make these ones pop out a little bit? No. You can't really see that side view. I mean, you can see it this way a little bit in the corner if I was just flipping, but again, I'm going to flip forward. Good question, though. Let's see. Kathy says, I can't see the images on the sides either. I'm much older than you. Right? It's just, for me, I love that I'm looking at the big pictures now. And that's kind of how I flipped through them even when they were in cases. Like my Christmas ones, I have pull-out drawers, and I flip through them like that. That's just how I work. Kathy says, that is a great idea. I don't know what the idea was. I don't know which one of them was, but whatever the idea you like, I'm glad. Sharon says, okay, just wondering about your fold. Oh, perfect. Okay, again, if you're looking at these on Amazon, I'll write this even bigger really quick, and then I'm gonna clean it off. So VMIAPXO is the one that has snaps. And I will say these are not in stock right now. Only the smaller ones are. But I'm kind of a little happier with these new ones. YESSART. And now that I'm telling you guys, you're probably going to go buy them and they're going to sell out again. But that's okay. I have enough right now. And those are the ones with the Velcro. If you guys want to print screen that, I'm about to clean that off. But yeah, it cut my space in half, which I am so ecstatic about right now. You guys don't even know. I wish I had enough money to buy another case of these, because I need I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably another 12 of them. But even at $30, that's kind of expensive. Anybody want to go fund my sleeves? No, I'm just kidding. Not serious about that. I don't have the time to even receive everything right this second, but okay, it is raffle time. And I keep calling these sleeves, guys. They call them envelopes on Amazon if you're looking for them on Amazon. They are 7, the size for the larger ones are 7 by 9. They call them envelopes, I believe, not sleeves. And the other ones are, the smaller ones are 5 by 7 for the smaller snap ones. Snaps. Okay, I'm going to leave that for just a hot second. If you're trying to print screen now. because I'm about to make this all disappear so that we can do a raffle time. Kat says, your idea about the stamp cases. Oh, yay. Yeah. I definitely want to repurpose. I've seen people do stuff with stamp cases even before everybody was trying to get rid of them. Yeah, I'm just rubbing alcohol on the top of this, guys. Because that is the quickest way and most efficient way I know to get Sharpie off my glass. No, it's not the best for my hands because it does dry my hands out tremendously. But it also disinfects my mat because I do this all the time. Alright. Put that in the garbage. Grab some paper towels. And now my glass mat is nice and disinfected. And clean. Love this glass mat, guys. Love my glass mat. It is kind of scratched. I might need to bring out my other one. One day I'll break this one, but I have another one in reserve. Okay. It is a raffle time. And have I given a word yet? Apparently not, because there's no raffles. The word is shrink. That's the word for today, shrink. Because we are shrinking our spaces down by moving over. So the word is shrink. Shrink-a-dink-dink. I still have some of these from the other day. Shrink. If anybody wants to be in the mystery card raffle today, I'm going to drink some water really quick. I should probably put some more lotion on my hand. Told you guys it was going to be a super quick live today. And I did not lie. How? 41 minutes. Okay, I thought it was going to be a super quick live. It was less than an hour and a half. My husband laughs at me when I do things like that. Let's see. We have Kim Nolan. And Kathy Sanford. And Margene Nation Sussex. And Sharon Woost. And Debbie Warden. Hey, Debbie. And let's see. Anybody else? I think that's everybody for now. Okay, got Debbie Warden. Sharon Woost. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. Oh, I'll get Cynthia in there right now, Sharon. Cynthia Spearman. I really like writing Cynthia's name. I don't know why. Just the flow of it trips me out. Anyways, I know. Such a random thought. It's very flowy. Kim Nolan. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, guys. FYI, today was the first day I felt like I had any kind of energy. I have been so just, like I said yesterday, I spent the whole day on the couch. I don't even know how I just folded. Sorry. Margene Nation Sussex and Kathy Sanford. So hopefully by next week I'll be rip-roaring back to my old self again. I hope. I think I've finally gotten over the adverse reactions to the medication they had me on. Oh, hate antibiotics. Okay, get those have a nice little crisp. Okay, guys, and raffle is officially closed. Oh, people flying all the way off the table there. I'm gonna count that one as in, and then put these in the bucket. Oh, and then just pop them in. I keep putting the baby wipes on top of the raffle bucket. Karen says, hope your health continues to improve. Me too, guys. Me too. Kind of sick of being sick. Okay, one more out of the loop. You know, that one's kind of in the heart. I'm going to count it. We're going to do one more. And definitely one clear winner on that one. Oh, nobody got a random cough. And the winner of today's mystery card raffle is, drum roll please, Kathy Sanford, our drum roller herself. Congratulations, Kathy. So I hope you guys liked the tips and tricks that I have for my new condensing down my stamp cases. Once I start doing stuff with the stamp cases, I can show you as well. But I really, really like those sleeves. I like those. I do so much with those sleeves, guys. I put, I know Sharon was asking, is that's what I use for my embellishments? Yes, these are the same exact sleeves that I use to put my embellishments in, and I love them. I can usually get multiple cases or multiple packs of things in here. I think I had like 3 of these butterfly packs in here at one point. So it just keeps everything together. For those of you who have taken my classes, you guys know I put class kits in those sleeves all the time. It's just, they're just so efficient, and they're not that costly to buy them like that. They're larger than the Stampin' Up! Ones though. So if you're looking for spacing down, I will say that the one plus for the Stampin' Up! Ones in size, again, because of the thickness, is that I know that, let me grab one of the Stampin' Up! Ones. Is that the Stampin' Up! One? No, that's the old one. Where's the new Stampin' Up! One? I just had it in my hands. No, here we go. With these is that they're slightly thinner. So if I would have just stuck with these ones, I could have gotten 2 rows back on my shelves. And because I'm using these larger ones, it's not going to allow me to go 2 rows back with just these side to side. But I'm thinking I might be able to get a row of these and then a row of the Stampin' Up! Ones separately, back to back. But either way, like I said, I usually do things with themes, so it'll be okay. Does anybody else have any questions for me, or wonder how I organize other things? I can try to touch bases on that on a different live, so let me know. But that's kind of how that is. Kathy said, great tips tonight. Thanks for sharing. You are so welcome. Bye-bye, my divas. Ta-ta for now.